Did you ever think the biggest trucks were just for carrying regular cargo? Think again. We're talking about secret military trucks, engineered to defy every law of physics, ready to haul an entire ballistic missile system or a main battle tank across brutal deserts or icy tundras. These aren't just trucks, they're off-road monsters born from the Cold War and evolved into the modern tech era. You won't believe the last one on this list has 16 wheels. Don't miss a second. Hit that subscribe button right now and tell me, which truck shocked you the most in the comments? Let's get started. Kicking off our list is a machine whose very existence once changed global politics, the 9K714 OK. This is actually the NATO code name for a mobile short-range ballistic missile SRBM system mounted on the legendary Soviet MZ-74135 chassis, which began deployment in the late 1970s. It wasn't just a truck, it was a mobile nuclear launch platform that could hide deep in the forest or move quickly to evade counterattack. The off-road capability of this 888 platform was superb, ensuring the launcher was always ready to operate on unpaved terrain. The heart of this machine was a monstrous D12A525A V12 diesel engine, producing 525 horsepower, inheriting technology from tank engines. This power didn't just help it carry the 4.35-ton 9M714 missile, but also maintain significant operational speed on underdeveloped roads. The full-time 8-wheel drive system and tire pressure control capability were key factors helping the Oka execute its secret missions through deep mud and heavy snow. What made the Oka one of the biggest and most important military trucks was its political impact. The 400 km range of the 9M714 missile exceeded the limits originally declared by the Soviet Union. This discovery led the US to force the Soviet Union to scrap the entire system under the INF Treaty, 1987, marking one of the biggest disarmament agreements in history. Although retired, the MAZ-543 platform remains an icon of Soviet military truck engineering excellence. From Czechoslovakia, a former Warsaw Pact country, came an off-road truck with a completely unique engineering philosophy, the Tatra T8113 Kolos. Kolos means Colossus. Produced from 1967 to 1982, the T8113 was one of the first trucks to use Tatra's characteristic central backbone tube chassis, paired with independent suspension on all axles. This design provided superb articulation and terrain adaptation, making the truck almost float over obstacles. The T813 Kolos had an 8-ace-8 configuration with wide single tires and was powered by an air-cooled V12 diesel engine with a 17.6-liter displacement, generating 266 horsepower. While not the most powerful, the torque and durability of the air-cooled engine helped it run stably in all temperature conditions without coolant issues. The static fording depth of the T8113 Kolos reached 1.4 meters, far surpassing most contemporary trucks. The main role of the T8113 Kolos was as a military prime mover, capable of towing trailers with a gross combined weight of up to 100 tons. It transported artillery, light tanks, and mobile bridge systems. With 2 steerable front axles, this truck had incredible stability and handling. Due to its almost indestructible durability, many T813s are still used in civilian roles in harsh mountainous and rural regions today, proving it is one of the biggest and most reliable off-road trucks ever made. Moving into the modern era, Germany met the strict standards of NATO by introducing the MAN HX77. Launched in 2005, the HX77 is part of the new generation HX series of heavy logistics vehicles, designed for international missions and global off-road deployment, from hot deserts to the freezing Arctic. This truck represents a combination of precise German engineering and battlefield versatility. The 888 configuration of the HX77 is equipped with a MAN D20 6-cylinder common rail diesel engine, delivering 324 kW, about 440 horsepower, and 2100 Nm of torque. This power allows it to carry a payload of up to 15 tons. The HX77's strength lies in its semi-active parabolic leaf spring suspension system, which effectively absorbs shocks on rough terrain. The truck is capable of climbing a 60% gradient and crossing a 1.8-meter ditch. Designed to NATO standards, the HX77's cab is made of sturdy steel and can be upgraded with mine protection and ballistic armor. Its high modularity allows for easy conversion between different roles, from container carrier to tanker to missile launcher. Crucially, the HX77 is one of the few large military trucks that can be airlifted by tactical transport aircraft like the Airbus A400M, underscoring its strategic mobility on the modern battlefield. When the U.S. Army needed a tractor truck to transport main battle tanks and heavy equipment across the Middle Eastern deserts, they turned to the Oshkosh M911, introduced in 1976. This is one of the biggest and most reliable military trucks the U.S. ever built for heavy equipment transport, HET missions, famous for its powerful, distinctly American look. The M911 wasn't an 8A8 but had an 8A6 configuration, meaning power was delivered to the 4 rear wheels and 2 front wheels. The truck was equipped with a turbocharged Detroit diesel 8V92TA V8 engine with a 12.1-liter displacement, producing about 435 horsepower. Its immense pulling power, combined with the specialized M747 trailer, allowed it to achieve a gross combined weight, GCW, of up to 86 tons, $190,000 lbs, enough to haul M60 Patton and early M1 Abrams tanks. Despite having a simpler drivetrain configuration than its Soviet rivals, the M911 was designed to endure constant heavy loads over long distances in high-temperature conditions, such as in the Persian Gulf. Its durability is proven by the fact that many M911 units have been converted for civilian use and are still operating today as specialized transport trucks worldwide. Rewinding time to World War II, when the battlefields of Europe were a graveyard of tanks, the U.S. Army needed a vehicle to quickly recover and transport damaged tanks. The answer was the M25 Dragon Wagon, a tractor-trailer combination introduced in 1943. The M25, specifically the M26 Prime Mover, was the largest armored vehicle on wheels fielded by the U.S. throughout World War II. The M25 was powered by an 18-liter Hallscott 440 V12 gasoline engine, producing 240 horsepower. A special feature was its armored cab on the M26 version, protecting the 7-person crew from shrapnel and light fire, a rarity for transport vehicles. It used a 6-wheel drive, 6x6 system, and featured 2 massive 60,000-pound, about 27 tons winches to recover disabled tanks from mud or difficult terrain. Its primary role was to pair with the M15 trailer to transport the M4 Sherman medium tank, carrying a payload of up to 40 tons. The Dragon Wagon's presence on the battlefield was unmistakable, low, wide, and powerful with massive tires. These Dragon Wagons became a familiar sight, often operating under enemy fire to retrieve destroyed armor. It is an icon of wartime recovery engineering and one of the biggest off-road military trucks in American history. If there is one truck that symbolizes the absolute power and limitless engineering of the Soviet Union, it is the Kamaz 537. Launched in 1959, this 8x8 behemoth was designed to haul ultra-heavy loads, including ballistic missiles, heavy tanks, and vital components for the Soviet space program, operating in all conditions from hot deserts to the freezing Arctic. The Kamaz 537's power came from a monstrous D12A 525A V12 diesel engine with a 38.8-liter displacement, producing 525 horsepower and a huge 2157 Nm of torque. This engine was positioned behind the cab, helping balance the weight distribution when pulling heavy loads. The vehicle used a hydromechanical transmission and a full-time 8-wheel drive system, allowing it to tow trailers with loads up to 65 tons even off-road. Its impressive 500-mm ground clearance further bolstered its off-road capability. The MAZ 537 became the primary platform for many heavy military systems throughout the Cold War. The 537G variant was equipped with an additional 15-ton winch, allowing for self-extraction or pulling other stuck vehicles. Its reliability was so high that there are recorded stories of the MAZ 537 being used to tow a 120-ton Tupolev Tu-22M strategic bomber across a military airfield in Kazakhstan. It is truly a legend among the biggest military trucks ever built. Following the success of the 537-543 series, the Minsk Automobile Plant, MAZ, continued developing the specialized MAZ 7310 truck series, launched in 1974. This was a more modular, versatile version that became the backbone for many heavy logistics and weapon systems of the Soviet military. The goal was to create an 888 platform capable of handling a variety of missions with a payload capacity of up to 20 tons. The MAZ 7310 used the same legendary D12A 5-5A V12 diesel 525 horsepower engine as the MAZ 537, ensuring reliable strength and durability. However, it was engineered to perform more efficiently on both paved roads and off-road, capable of operating with the MAZ 8385 trailer, forming a road train over 20 meters long. Its double cab could accommodate up to 4 personnel, serving the crew operating the weapon systems. The 7310's roles were incredibly diverse. It served as the base for mobile radar systems, the enormous AA-60 airfield fire truck, and missile launchers like the Scud. Notably, the MAZ 7310 was used to transport components of the Soyuz rocket during the Soviet space program, proving its strategic importance extended beyond the military. With its impressive wheelbase and chassis optimized for heavy loads, the MAZ 7310 deserves to be counted among the most versatile and largest military trucks of the Soviet bloc. When a more powerful tractor was needed to transport main battle tanks like the T-72 and T-80, Russia developed the KZKT-7428 Rousk, launched in 1990 to succeed the MAZ 537. Manufactured by the Kurgan Wheel Tractor Plant, KZKT, the Rousk is an 888 machine designed to operate across all terrains, from the Siberian steppes to the rugged Caucasus Mountains. The KZKT-7428 was a leap in power. It was equipped with a YAMZ 8401-10 V12 turbo diesel engine with a 25.86-liter displacement, producing up to 650 horsepower, 478 kilowatt. This was one of the highest torque trucks of its time, allowing it to tow trailers with loads up to 70 tons, potentially up to 100 tons in some variants, even on steep inclines. The modernized cab could accommodate the driver and 5 additional crew members. Although it had an 888 configuration, the Rousk's suspension and drivetrain were fine-tuned to optimize off-road performance when pulling heavy loads. It stood out with its large single-tire design on each axle, which increased obstacle clearance and reduced ground pressure. The KZKT-7428 was not only used in the Russian military but was also exported to allies, cementing its status as one of the biggest military trucks with the strongest pulling power seen in the Soviet-Russian military. Moving into the 21st century, Belarus MZKT introduced the MZKT-74135, a modern military super-tractor engineered to cope with increasingly heavy battle tanks like the T-90 and T-14 Armata. This truck is a blend of Soviet engineering and Western technology, specifically developed to operate in hot desert climates. The MZKT-74135 has an 8x8 configuration with all-wheel independent suspension, a premium feature that ensures high-speed stability even when carrying heavy loads over complex terrain. Its heart is the Mercedes-Benz OM444LA V12 turbo diesel engine, or Caterpillar C18 in some variants, delivering up to 798 horsepower. This power allows it to tow specialized trailers with a gross combined weight rating, GCWR, of up to 205 tons, with a maximum towing capacity of 130 tons. Notably, the MZKT-74135 was designed with a modern cab, air conditioning, and partial ballistic protection, focusing on crew comfort and safety during extended missions. It proves that a large and powerful military truck does not necessarily have to rely on outdated technology. The fact that the United Arab Emirates, UAE, ordered 40 units demonstrates the superior performance and reliability of this off-road tractor in harsh environments. Topping our list and serving as the biggest and most mysterious military truck you've never heard of is the Kamaz 7850, part of Russia's Platforma O family. Developed in the mid-2000s and entering service in 2019, this machine is more than just a truck. It is a modular strategic transport platform built to completely replace the older MZKT vehicles. What makes the Kamaz 7850 unique is its drive configuration. It was developed in multiple variants including 8A8, 12X12, and the colossal 16X16 version. The 16X16 version is capable of carrying a strategic payload of up to 85 tons, primarily designed to transport and erect the launcher for the RS-24 Yars Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, ICBM. This essentially turns it into a mobile fortress, capable of moving nuclear weapon systems across any off-road terrain. The 888 ballast tractor version of the Kamaz 7850 is even designed with a maximum towing capacity of up to 400 tons. This power far exceeds any other truck on this list. With all-axle steering and a length exceeding 20 meters on its larger variants, the Kamaz 7850 represents the pinnacle of Russian military truck engineering. It is a top-secret mystery, a giant machine born to ensure national security and assert dominance on the modern battlefield. That was incredible. We just explored 10 of the biggest and most powerful off-road military trucks, from Cold War legends like the Oka and Maz 537 to modern giants like the MZKT-74135 and the secret 16-wheeled Kamaz 7850. Each of these vehicles plays a crucial role in transporting tanks, missiles, and strategic systems across terrains that are virtually impassable. Now it's your turn. Which off-road truck had the design or power that impressed you the most? Drop the name of that truck in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our next videos about incredible military and engineering machines. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.